Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine. Do you want to learn how to scrapbook? I would love to teach you how to tell your stories. So let's break it down into pieces of what actually makes up a scrapbook. First things first, what is a scrapbook album? Let me show you. Let's take a trip over to my website and here it is. I have signed in, which is one of the things you always need to do. I would love to be your advisor. You'll see my picture in the top left corner. And when you get on to the website and you log in, go to shop. And as you hover over shop, you will see where it says albums. And you can do this from your phone as well. So when you click on albums, this is what comes up. We have 12 by 12 album covers. We have foiled album covers. We have a lot of choices and it can be overwhelming for a beginner. Now, say you don't want to mess around with actually having to deal with figuring out which album cover to get. You just want to upload photos from your phone, pop them on pages, and print it out. And you might even want to do a custom cover for yourself as well. We can do that. You need to come over here to digital, click on that, and you will see here we have a smaller custom 8x8 album. We're not going to really talk about that today. I will talk about that another time. But we have a custom album and refill pages. And that is what you're going to want if you want to upload from your phone to go ahead and create an album. And you can create it on your phone. I will show you on the computer. I might show you some of it on the phone as well. But let's take this one step at a time. You can also customize your album cover with one of your own photos, and they look gorgeous when they are done. Creative Memories does a really, really good job with those. So let's go ahead and switch things over to my workshop so I can show you the parts of an album with an album that I have here. This is our Scrap Happy 2.0 album. It is still available on my Creative Memories website. It does have our Creative Memories shutter flower in the corner. And this is just a simple foiling. We do have several other foiled designs, or you can get simply an album that is blue or another color that they have available currently. So here is our album. I'm going to open it up. This is our traditional 12 by 12 album. We do have the strap hinge system. I will show you how to get your pages in another video as well, because this is important. Once you want to put things on pages, you do need to get them into an album. We do have several page color choices for your base pages. These go directly into the strap hinges of our album, and this part of the page that has an extra fortification to it, if you will, is called jeeping. So our base colors are black, natural, sepia, and white. So the white one I am showing you is what it looks like. I did one of our 2-page custom album pages because I wanted to show the digital product as well as going ahead and uploading photos and printing them out. Show you a couple of our custom products. These print directly on to the pages that go into your album with the strap hinge system. You can see I have one with quite a few pictures on the page. I just did a simple title on this one. We do get page protectors as well that go over our pages. So that way when somebody is looking at your pages, they're not leaving fingerprints on all of your work that you've done, and it will last. So you can see I am picking up a little bit of a glare from my light. I apologize for that. But just a couple of my custom pages there. Now, again, we're going to get a little bit of a glare. This one, I cannot really take it out. This one is our multi-pocket page. And as you can see, I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit here. This one is also a page that has the G-beam that goes directly into the album, and it holds 5 photos. What I have done here is I've added one of our mats from one of our collections, and I will do a video and talk to you about mats as well. That one's a little bit later in our series. But I wanted to show you that there are options for putting your photos onto pages. And this is an easy, quick way where if you have a lot of photos from an event, you just slide them right in. So you can see here is my photo. Each one comes with a little piece of cardstock in the pocket, and you can use those for journaling on later. You can leave them in, you can take them out. We'll talk about that as well in another video, but slide them right in. It's double-sided. You can put another photo on the back side and have just a really quick page. It's a quick and easy way to get photos into a book, especially if you have a lot of older printed photos that are sitting in a box somewhere. I'm going to show you a few pages that I've done as well. These are in what's called the pocket page. This does also have the G-beam along the one side to fit into our album. And as you can see here, it's essentially a clear sleeve that I have taken and put layouts I've done on designer paper or on cardstock, and you just slide them in back to back into your album. And you can do this as well with your digital pages. You can do a hybrid with some of your digital pages, but this is essentially one on cardstock, one on our designer paper, back to back. I've slipped it into the pocket page, and we have our photos ready to go. I've done my journaling on my page here. And here, this one I've written on the designer paper. Other times I've added actual journal boxes as well. And finally, I want to talk to you about our Fast to Fab pages, because this one is another option that we have. They come out with either to match our collections or seasonally. And essentially, these pages already have a design on them. The pages are the same as our black pages, our natural pages, or our white pages. So it's just a different color. But this one has the design already on the page, ready to add your photo to it, as well as your journal box. As we saw on you can use one of these. You can use just a little piece of cardstock. You can take one of your cards from your pocket page and pop it on here and journal on here as well. But the thing that makes scrapbooking different from having just a regular photo album is you get to tell the stories about your photos. So here on this one, I showed 2 photos that I took just a day apart, and we had high winds one day, just stirring up the desert in New Mexico, and it was clear the next. And really, I lined it up so I had this tree as my reference point, and it worked out well when I took my pictures one day after the other. But this really explains what's happening on the page, where I was, where you can tell even more of the story. I do have others that I have told more of the story on, and I would love to teach you how to tell those stories and to put them into a scrapbook. That is a quick look at a 12 by 12 album. Remember, I said we do have also other size albums as well. If the 12 by 12 feels like too much, I am going to show you an 8 by 8 as well, and maybe our happy album. But let's start with the basics and go from there. Speaking of basics, I have a link in the description box below this video where you can request one of our Get Started with Scrapbooking Beginners catalogs. Each catalog has a code you can enter to receive a free gift with your first purchase on my Creative Memories website. This little catalog will also help you to work ahead in my What is Scrapbooking series and give you something to look up and reference what I'm talking about in future videos. Let me teach you how to tell your stories. Want more? Great! I've made another video in my What is Scrapbooking series that will help answer the why question.